Anytime we say that this particular administration of Bola Ahmed Tinibu is filled with lots of convicts and lots of people who have a sort of dented image or dignity politically and financially, then people think we're just blabbing. But I bet you what, we ain't. Okay, my name is Angelo. This is Nation Voice Tower, your most preferred YouTube channel. Now, I'll go straight to the point because this particular file is blowing hot, so I need to let it out so it gets cooled for your own consumption. So you pick a set and set back because this will blow your mind. This can actually be more than any other one you've had in a very, very long while. Now, a file of top secret or a secret top file has popped up from a reliable source exposing Alhaji Atiku Bagudu, Bola Ahmed Tinubu's Minister of Budget and Planning, an APC member too. Now, this file is talking straight about what or who Atiku Bagudu is. But don't forget, this same Atiku Bagudu is now the Minister of Budget and Planning. Now listen, Atiku Bagudu was the one who helped Abacha to take all the money that Abacha stole from Nigeria to differentiate or to different banks abroad. Now, this is not an allegation because we have proofs to show you, which I will show you after what I'm saying. I am reading directly from the source, so you will understand. In fact, the current Chief Justice of Nigeria, Olukayode Ariwola, GCON, in 2014, ruled on a forfeiture case against Abacha and Atiku Bagudu as a proceeding from crime. The truth is, Atiku Bagudu was really indicted, or was not indicted directly, but there was a forfeiture of funds as a form of punishment or sanction. Now on your screen, as you can see, is a copy of the lawsuit between Mohammed Abacha and the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Okay, and you can see still on your screen the place circled with yellow that Justice Olukayode Ariwola was the presiding judge delivering the leading judgment. Now, in the place underlined with a red line, you see different charges against the appellant and one Abubakar Atiku Bagudu, now a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. This is what that place that has been underlined with red says. Then, next on your screen too, you could see the second page of the lawsuit, and in the place circled or bracketed, or where a parenthesis has been put with a red with a red sort of marker, you will see that those places have the allegations that Atiku Bagudu and former General Sani Abacha were accused of. Then, next page, as you can see, is a pop-up message where a known website reported that Nigerian President Bola Tinibu has now appointed Atiku Bagudu, who the US has accused of helping a former dictator loot the country of billions of dollars in the 1990s, as his budget minister. The US targeted his assets. Nigeria has made him budget minister. Now, this really is just one ahead of all other secret files that have popped up. Now, what am I trying to say? This man is now the Minister of Budget and Planning. Why Budget and Planning? Why Minister of Budget and Planning? Why not another minister? Now, Budget and Planning, you will really have your eyes on the billions and the loots of Nigeria, apart from the Ministry of Finance. Another ministry who sees cash and money and inflow and outflow of funds, of public funds, is the Ministry of Budget. At least if they don't see it physically, they see it on paper. So why will Atiku Bagudu, who is questionable, be on that particular portfolio? This is what we are planning to unravel, because if these things are allowed to go on and on, we may finally not have a country to ourselves. Now, secondly, this video I'm going to bring to you is more of an exposition. But before I show you this video, I'm going to justify the fact that this video is true. First of all, I am talking about Senator Dave Umahi. Senator Dave Umahi was the former governor of Ebonyi State. All right. And yes, the former governor of Ebonyi State. And guess what? He is now the Minister of Works. And he's an APC member. Now let us establish the fact and the link logically with facts so that you will understand what I'm trying to say. Now, Senator Dave Umahi has an urge or a lust for power. Yes, let me say that. He has a very, very big urge for power and position. Okay, you are now the Minister of Works. You are formerly a senator representing Ebonyi South Senatorial District. You are formerly a governor of Ebonyi State. And you are 60 years. So what do you still want in the Ministry of Works? But you have accepted it as if you have good intentions towards Nigeria. Now, the real beaming light is on Senator Dave Umahi, because even as governor, even as deputy governor under Martin Elechi, and before he became governor, Dave Umahi was actually was accused. There was a strong allegation on him of transferring government funds that were of the sum of 3.6 billion naira to his company, who is known as Braz Engineering and Construction Limited. Now, these are not lies, because People's Gazette reported this particular news. So you will know that these are not just mere allegations, all right? Now, after that, People's Gazette was threatened with phone calls and physical visitations and so on. After a while, People's Gazette was closed down. Now, after lots of threats had been brought on board by the Umahi camp, People's Gazette stood on their news and refused to change it because they knew how true it was. Then, after a while, Dave Umahi sued the People's Gazette to court under a lawsuit of over 2 billion naira. Now, that case has been there. Nothing has been heard about it. So, I would like to say precisely that Dave Umahi and people like him shouldn't be in government. I will give you a video to watch so that you will listen to him. He has not resigned as a senator yet, but he is going in already as a minister. But when he was asked, he was trying to play hide and seek, and he was alleging that he has resigned. If Dave Umahi has resigned as a senator or as a lawmaker, it will have gone public. But we are yet to hear it. But here is a man on national TV telling us he has resigned. Lots of things he said that would shock you. Watch this video so that I will give you more analysis after this break.
Now, you know, they must have value for our work. So we're going to be doing that at level. Now, in the ministry, I've not gotten briefing about that. That is the way to go. And I even say that I will, you know, talk with the president. I will send a memo. I must be given at least the size of my budget, you know, in the Ministry of Works, to have free hand to intervene.
That's where the challenge lies, because you have to do that with the National Assembly, don't you?
Well, don't forget I'm a senator, and God sent me there to understand.
Are you still going to be keeping that position?
No. The moment I was sworn in that position, I was going to do a rerun, but that's after the court, the tribunals, you know, when they're done with the cases, and I'm confident that I won the election, and I'm confident that God will keep the position for APC.
Okay, let me get this straight, because yesterday we had this in our news, that the tribunal had reserved judgment in that particular matter. So you say you're going to wait for them to
no.
give judgment first?
No.
Or what?
No, I'm a senator, but not a sitting senator. So I've exited the National Assembly.
But you didn't resign.
I resigned. The moment you take out of office of another office by law, you've exited the other office. But the position still belongs to APC. And that position of APC, you know, having won the election, you know, it will be consistent until, God forbid, the tribunal says otherwise. So that's the position of the law. And at the end of the day, the position is kept by God's special grace and by the law. Then we have to go back and do a rerun. That's the way it goes.
So this conversation you're having with FEMA for direct labor,
yeah.
Will there be any public-private partnership component into all of this, such that they have that template moving forward?
Yeah, you see, direct labor is, I can engage you, I give you cement, I give you chippings, I give you reinforcement, and ask you to deploy your technology, as a, SME contractor to do the work. Okay? So you do that. So that's the kind of partnership you're looking at, Yeah, but we can also use, the ministry staff to say, look, we have this number of engineers. You can recruit engineers. You can employ more engineers. And that will create jobs for us. So that's what we are looking at.
So at the end of your tenure, or before we even get to the end.
All right. So all of a sudden, we are now running a government where lots of ex-convicts and lots of people who have questionable dignity and character are now domiciled. All right. This is sad. Well, Dave Umahi and people that are like him have given you something on Atiku Bagudu and other ministers too. Wiki also has a case to answer with the EFCC. So him becoming minister of the FCT now makes him somehow vulnerable, because if he is not vulnerable, that means he will not be touched. He is now immune to anything the EFCC will bring. For the meantime, this was his plan all along. So people like Atiku Bagudu, Dave Umahi, and Nyesom Wiki, and people that are like them should be flushed out. These people have tested power before, and they should be allowed to rest and cool off their heads in any of the security agencies or maximum security penitentiaries that suit their crimes. Now, I have something on Nyesom Wiki too. But before I go on him, I would urge our viewers, as usual, like our videos, do the needful, share them to everybody, to social media platforms and all. And then don't forget to drop a comment for us in the comment section. I would also say that you should like these videos if you have been watching and you love what we do here. And if you're watching me for the first time, you subscribe to this channel and then tap the notification bell too. These things you do make YouTube, make us go viral. Now, something was worthy of note on the first day of resumption to office of Nyesom Wike, the new minister of the FCT. Now, what was this? He came in a very, very costly car. That particular news has been making the rounds within the last 48 hours. Now, Wike was alleged to have driven, as you can see on your screen, a Lexus SUV that is worth over 100,000 pounds. That is what that SUV was said to have costed, or is said to be costing in the market right now, in the automobile market. Now, 100k pounds in converted according to the exchange rate recently, and that is from the international exchange rate. 100k is like 98.1 million naira. This is the SUV Lexus Jeep that a minister newly brought into office rode to office in a country where over 2 million people are suffering from poverty. Now, lots of Nigerians can't feed, all right? Some Nigerians are actually suffering and feeding from hand to mouth, in as much as there are lots of Nigerians too who are comfortable, like people like this, but lots of Nigerians are really suffering from poverty and lack of good jobs, insecurity, and other social vices. Then why will a senator, why will a minister newly given a portfolio drive to office in a car worth over 90 or 98 million naira? And in this video I'm going to show you, he was telling people that yes, that was the car they were given to drive. He was just trying to clarify the fact that the car wasn't bulletproof. If the car isn't bulletproof, tell us how much you bought it, so we'll be clear about it. Yes, we have affirmed, you have shown people that the car is not bulletproof. So tell us how much you got this car. So I'll give you this video where he thought he was clearing the air, but he never knew he was exposing more about himself. Watch Wike talk to people over his new car.
But I see what's going on social media, how they bought a car, bulletproof car of 300 million naira that I'm using. So I want you to go and hit your hand there and see really whether it is a treated car. with all due respect, people should be careful not to destroy other people. So, when I came, the permanent secretary said they have a car for us, and that the car we use is this. So I have never approved any car to be bought, and I'm not using official bulletproof car, no. When I have cars as governor, yes. As I was governor, well, what do you expect? I should have what? So, but I'm not using bulletproof car as FCT minister. So we should report the right thing and not to destroy ourselves. So I want you to take a look at that car where you have a flag, whether it is bulletproof car. Thank you. See how they nice when you go tell them it's not
All right, you've understood from the video. You've seen what he was trying to do. According to him, he was trying to clarify or clear the air over everything that people had said in the last few days pertaining his car. But that does not stop you from saying this car is still very, very exorbitant and expensive. You should not be riding it. For you to cut the cost of governance, you should be able to tell the government to change that car for you, or better off, give you permission to maybe sell it off or auction it and use the money for something else in your ministry. At least when you have a car of, at least if you must drive a very costly car, if you have a car of 10 million or a car of 15 million, that is if you want to drive a costly car, you can as well do that. We have people who drive cars of 5 million, if you must be in the million or in the million range, all right? You have driven cars in your life as a governor. You have driven cars as a former minister. You are now another minister again, and you want to drive costly cars. When you save cost like that, and you buy a car of like the least 8 million naira or 9 million naira, then you could be said to have saved from this budget. You could save over 88 million naira. 88 million naira in a ministry such as the FCT will go a long way. Yes, if you don't want to use it, you can use it for something else, charity, or you could reach out to people. At least if you use a whooping sum of 81 million or 88 million to reach out to Nigerians, you can cover at least a quarter of the population that are said, according to statistics, that are said to be impoverished in Nigeria right now, other than skyrocketing the cost of governance and not helping out in any way. Even if you are helping out, we are yet to see anything public. So please, let us cut the cost of governance in a country where we are people are fighting for the fuel pump price to really go down in order to stabilize the welfare of Nigerians. Thank you so much for staying with us. I would always urge you to stay glued to Nation's Voice Tower. See you next time. Bye.